Are you planning a trip to Japan and do not know where to start? You have seen 50 videos on YouTube, asked ChatGPT to make an itinerary, looked at packages on tour operator websites, and none of them agree on anything. Somehow, every single one includes a 7-day JR pass that costs 50,000 yen. I'm going to save you that 50,000 yen in the first 5 minutes of this video. We have been to Japan 3 times. This video covers our 14-day route, Osaka, Kyoto, Kawaguchiko, and Tokyo, day by day. Where to stay, what to eat, what to skip, and exactly how to move through the country enjoying every moment without overpaying for anything. This is Japan. Let's plan your trip. Before we talk about any city in Japan, we need to talk about the single best decision you can make before you book anything. Do not book a return ticket to Tokyo. Japan is a long country and it runs in one direction. If you fly into Tokyo and fly out of Tokyo, you spend 2 days of your trip on the Shinkansen retracing your steps. That is 2 days of hotel costs, 2 days of travel, and 2 days you are not spending somewhere new. The smarter move is an open jaw ticket. Fly into Osaka, fly out of Tokyo, or reverse it. You move in one clean line through the country. Osaka, Kyoto, Kawaguchiko, and Tokyo. You arrive home from the last place you visited. Here's the interesting thing. An open jaw fare is almost always the same price as a return ticket. Occasionally, 5% more. For the flexibility of never retracing your steps, that is not a cost. That is just better. Now, for the JR Pass. Every Japan travel video tells you to buy one. For this 14-day Osaka to Tokyo route, you take the Shinkansen exactly once. That single Shinkansen ticket costs approximately 14,000 yen per person. A 14-day JR Pass costs 50,000 yen per person. The math does not work. Buy the individual ticket. Skip the pass if you are moving in one direction. Unless you are planning extra bullet train journeys to, say, Hiroshima, do multiple city hops, the pass is not worth it for this itinerary. The most common question we get about Japan is this: should I go in autumn for the foliage or in spring for the cherry blossom? Both are exceptional and unique in their own way. Autumn runs from mid-October to mid-November. Kawaguchiko and the mountains peak first in late October. Kyoto peaks in early November. Tokyo in mid-November. The Japan Foliage app publishes real-time color maps. Check it the week before you travel. Autumn is quieter than spring. The light is warmer. Accommodation is easier to book, even if you do it 3 months ahead. Temperatures are pleasant. Osaka around 18 degrees Celsius, 65 Fahrenheit in the daytime. Kawaguchiko can drop to 5 degrees Celsius at night. Layer accordingly. This is the season we went in and the season we recommend for a first visit. Spring runs from late March to mid-April. Osaka and Kyoto bloom first, usually the last week of March to early April. Tokyo follows a few days later. Kawaguchiko blooms in the first week of April, and the combination of cherry blossom in the foreground, Mount Fuji behind it, and the lake as a mirror is genuinely one of the most photographed views on Earth and one of the few that earns it. Spring also comes with the highest crowds of the year. Hotels in Kyoto and ryokans at Kawaguchiko sell out months in advance. Disney Sea and Team Lab book up faster. Popular viewpoints like Maruyama Park in Kyoto and Chidorigafuchi in Tokyo will have queues to photograph the very trees that make them famous. If this is your first Japan trip and you have flexibility, go in autumn. If cherry blossom is the specific reason you are going, go in spring, but book everything by December and build your days around early mornings to beat the crowds. The route and the day count are identical for both seasons. Only the timing and a few specific spots change. Osaka is the right city to start in. It is louder than Tokyo, less formal than Kyoto, and the food is the whole point. You arrive at Kansai International Airport. Take the Nankai Airport Express directly to Namba Station, which takes 40 minutes, costs around 1,500 yen, and runs every 30 minutes. Your hotel should be somewhere on the Midosuji subway line for easy commute within the city. Namba is the first choice, closest to everything. Shinsaibashi is slightly more upscale. Umeda in the north is good if you prefer the shopping district side of Osaka. You have 2 to 3 days in Osaka, and the agenda is simple. Eat everything. Takoyaki from a cart in Dotonbori, the octopus balls with bonito flakes and sweet sauce. Kushikatsu, breaded and deep-fried skewers of everything imaginable, dipped in a communal sauce that you must not double dip into. The no double dipping rule is taken seriously. Ramen at Ichiran, you sit in a private booth, fill out a form choosing your broth intensity and noodle firmness, and receive the most focused bowl of ramen you have had. And if you still have room, do visit a trained sushi restaurant and pick your choices off a conveyor belt. Each plate is color coded, and hotel staff will come later to add up and bill you as per what you had. Polish off your meal with a light as air Rikuro cheesecake. All of these and the famous Glyco Man signboard can be found at Dotonbori, where you can happily spend every evening in Osaka. Next day, plan a visit to Osaka Castle in the morning, followed by the Umeda Sky Building for the Floating Garden Observatory. 2 skyscrapers connected at the top with a circular observation deck that sits between the towers. Universal Studios Japan is genuinely excellent. The Harry Potter zone is built to a level of detail that other parks do not match. Buy express passes in advance online, or you will spend 4 hours in queues. Book the moment you decide on Japan as a destination and give it a full day it deserves. Take one morning of your Osaka days for Nara. 45 minutes by express train on the Kintetsu Nara line from Namba. Costs about 720 yen per person. Nara has over 1,000 wild deer roaming freely through the park, around the temples, along the paths. They will take a rice cracker from your hand. Buy the crackers from the vendors at the park entrance. Todaiji is the largest wooden building in the world. Inside, a bronze Buddha stands 15 meters tall. The scale of both the building and the statue is genuinely hard to understand until you are standing in front of them. For lunch, try the fatty tuna at Maguro Koya, a restaurant run by a senior couple. Be prepared for long queues, but also the freshest tuna you will ever have. Have a look at the hand pounding of mochi at Nakatani-do and give that warm, chewy local sweet a try. Return to Osaka for dinner. Nara is a morning, not a full day. Round off your evening with the Dotonbori River Cruise. The canal lit up at night with the neon reflections of the restaurants, and the Glico sign is one of those Osaka moments you will not forget. Osaka to Kyoto is a short train ride. The Hankyu Limited Express from Umeda takes 43 minutes and costs 410 yen. One of the best value train journeys in Japan. Kyoto is where you understand what Japan actually is. 2 days here, 3 if you can manage it. Stay near Kyoto Station. It lights up in the evening, making for an interesting photo spot in itself. The station is the hub for every bus and metro line in the city, and the difference between a 10-minute journey and a 40-minute journey to Fushimi Inari matters when you are trying to arrive before the crowds. Fushimi Inari on day 1. Be there at 6 in the morning or 4 in the evening. The thousands of torii gates begin at the base of the mountain and continue for 4 kilometers up through the forest. By 10 in the morning, it is crowded. At 6, it is silent. Arashiyama for the afternoon, the Bamboo Grove, the Togetsukyo Bridge over the river, Tenryuji Temple with its garden, Kinkakuji on day 2. It is touristy. Go anyway. The sight of a 3-story pavilion covered in gold leaf reflecting in a still pond with maple trees behind it is not diminished by the fact that other people are also looking at it. Spend an evening in Gion, and you may just catch a glimpse of geishas moving between engagements on stone-paved lanes lit with lanterns. You can also dress up in local costume and get a photo session done. For food in Kyoto, tofu kaiseki, a multi-course meal where every dish is built around tofu in different preparations, textures, and temperatures. Matcha everything, and yudofu simmering tofu in a light broth at a temple restaurant are our personal recommendations. Also, try the ramen at Mushoshin Gion, a hole in the wall with a queue outside and a rich, deeply seasoned broth that is completely worth it. Most itineraries skip Kawaguchiko. We built 2 full days around it deliberately. After 5 days of Osaka and Kyoto, the pace change is medicinal. The fastest way to get here from Kyoto is a Hikari Shinkansen to Mishima Station, approximately 2 hours, 11,000 yen per person. Then a Fuji-Q bus to Kawaguchiko, another hour and a half, 2,500 yen, with views of the countryside along the way. Total travel time is around 3.5 to 4 hours. Kawaguchiko is a small town on the shore of Lake Kawaguchi at the base of Mount Fuji. The lake is still. The traditional Japanese inns serve kaiseki dinners. The onsens look out over the water. Stay at one of the traditional inns locally called as ryokan. This is non-negotiable on this leg. Mount Fuji is covered by cloud roughly 60% of the time. It is famously, almost perversely shy for the most iconic mountain in the world. We have been to Kawaguchiko twice. We got lucky both times. You will also find the famously photographed Lawson convenience store, the one with Mount Fuji framed perfectly behind it, right here in Kawaguchiko. If it clears at dawn from the lake, it is the most quietly overwhelming sight in Japan. Worth the gamble. Take the Kawaguchiko panoramic ropeway for views of both the lake and the mountain simultaneously. Day 2. Narusawa Ice Cave and a swan boat on the lake in the late afternoon when the light goes amber. The kaiseki dinner is mandatory, so book it when you book the room. Tokyo gets 5 days, and 5 days is not enough. Stay in Shinjuku for a first visit. 7 metro lines. Golden Gai is at a short walking distance. Asakusa if you prefer old Tokyo atmosphere. Shibuya if you want to be at the crossing every time you leave your hotel. Disney Sea or Disneyland on day 1. Book months ahead. This is the only Disney Sea in the world. The theming is complete, the food is genuinely good, and the rides are built for adults. A full day from opening to closing. Despite massive queues, the management of crowd is exceptional and truly a sight to watch. Cannot imagine another place where crowd can be managed this well. Come evening and the parades come around, everyone takes their place on the road. Near the tree, on a bench to cheer them on. Team Lab Planets on day 2. Digital art that genuinely defies explanation. Rooms where light reacts to your movement, where flowers bloom around you, where the floor appears to dissolve. Book weeks ahead. Tsukiji Fish Market has now transitioned and is called Toyosu Fish Market. It's a 10 minutes walk from Team Labs, so combine the two. Either do the fish market breakfast first or visit post Team Lab and have a healthy and fresh lunch. Go to Sensoji in Asakusa at 7 a.m. the next day. This is Tokyo's oldest temple. Quiet enough at that hour to be genuinely moving. The Nakamai's shopping street leading to the gate has been selling souvenirs for centuries. Floor 450 at the Tokyo Sky Tree makes for an interesting observation of the dynamic city below. Floor 450 is named for the tower's height, 450 meters. You literally feel like walking in the air at such great heights. Evening can be spent around Shibuya Crossing. Stand on the second floor of the Starbucks opposite and watch 3,000 people cross simultaneously. Then Shibuya Sky to watch the entire city laid out at night. Japan has every conceivable cuisine and restaurants for every budget type. We spent our anniversary dinner having a French-Japanese tasting menu spread over 8 courses, each one precise and surprising. It was everything we'd hoped for. It may be in the top 5 meals we've had anywhere. Go to Golden Gai in Shinjuku for an evening. It's a tiny grid of lanes, bars the size of large wardrobes, 6 seats each, everyone different. We spent 2 hours in one talking to a retired Japanese architect. This is why you travel. Let us cover everything practical in one go. Traveling with kids or seniors, vegetarian food, cash, shopping, and budget. Japan is one of the best countries in the world to travel with children. The deer at Nara are a genuine thrill at any age. The Shinkansen is an event for kids in itself. The speed, the bento boxes from the trolley. Convenience stores have fresh food that even a fussy eater will find something in. The cities are safe and the Japanese public is patient with children in a way that is immediately noticeable. For Fushimi Inari, you do not need to go to the top. The gate tunnels begin at the base and the first 30 minutes gives you everything. Arashiyama bamboo is flat and easy. A general piece of advice, most Japanese trains have low noise levels, so ensure you do not talk loudly so as to not disturb other passengers. For senior travelers, Japan is genuinely accessible. Elevators at almost every major station, smooth city streets, exceptional food in manageable portions. The main challenge is pace. 14 days across 5 cities is ambitious. If traveling with older parents, consider dropping Kawaguchiko and spending those 2 extra days in Kyoto instead, where everything is within a smaller radius and reachable by bus or taxi. On vegetarian food, Japan has a reputation for being difficult. It is partly deserved. Japanese cooking uses dashi, which is a fish-based stock, as the base of almost everything, including dishes that appear vegetarian. Miso soup, soba noodles, and many vegetable dishes contain dashi. If you're strictly vegetarian, this matters. The good news, Kyoto is one of the best cities in Asia for vegetarian food because of Shojin Ryori, traditional Buddhist temple cuisine that is entirely plant-based and genuinely beautiful. Seek out a Shojin Ryori meal. Tofu kaiseki is also largely vegetarian. In Osaka, ask for the vegetable-only kushikatsu option. Conveyor belt, Sushi always has egg, cucumber, and avocado. In Tokyo, Indian restaurants are everywhere in Shinjuku and offer vegetarian and vegan fare. On cash, Japan is still substantially cash-based, and this catches many travelers off guard. For a couple over 14 days, carry 60 to 70,000 yen for a budget trip, 80 to 90,000 yen at mid-range, and 100,000 yen if you are staying at traditional inns where card is not always accepted. The cleanest solution is a Forex card loaded with Japanese yen before you leave. If you withdraw in Japan, use 7-Eleven ATMs exclusively. They accept almost all international cards reliably. On shopping, Don Quixote in Osaka is open until midnight. Everything from electronics to kimonos and Japanese skincare at a fraction of international prices. In Kyoto, furoshiki cloth and proper matcha. In Tokyo, Nakamai Street at Sensoji for traditional crafts, Akihabara for electronics, and the Uniqlo Ginza flagship store for 12 floors of affordable, high-quality clothing. For food souvenirs, Japan-only Kit Kat flavors at any convenience store, Wagashi sweets from any department store basement, and Tokyo banana sweets. Pack an extra bag for the return. You will need it. Finally, budget for a couple across 14 nights. $3,000 with guest house stays and convenience store meals, skipping Team Lab and Disney Sea for a budget trip. Mid-range lands around $5,000 and includes good hotels, all meals out, Team Lab, Disney Sea, and one traditional inn night at Kawaguchiko. This is roughly how we traveled. Luxury can go up to $10,000 with traditional inn stays throughout, kaiseki dinners every evening, and private guides. Japan rewards every budget level. The full day-by-day itinerary for this trip, every restaurant, every neighborhood, every booking recommendation, with a map of the route is on our website at atlasandarchives.com. The link is in the description below. If you have a specific question about this route or vegetarian options, traveling with parents, whether to do autumn or spring, drop it in the comments below. We have done this trip 3 times, so we would most likely be able to help answer your questions. If this video helped you, please subscribe. We are building itineraries for Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Iceland, Turkey, Seychelles, and more. Every trip is one we have actually done. Every photograph and video on the site is ours. Japan will be one of the best decisions you ever make. Go in November if you can.